Okay, we're going to look at trying to find a linear regression for this model here, inputting the price per gold per ounce for several years and using it as an indicator, a mathematical model, if you will, to predict what the future prices will be. So we'll go through, we'll get this data into our calculator, find the line of best fit, and use it as a predictor to see what our future prices might be. So we're going to turn on our calculator, and we're going to go to the apps. Going to go to the data matrix editor. Going to start and put it in a new spreadsheet. Essentially, it is going to, we'll call it something that we'll remember. Might as well call it gold. And I think this is in the alphabet block. I can't even see it. Okay. Okay, so there's our, we put that in, click on OK. And so it's best if we just put these in increments of 5 years that they are, and just start 1980 as year 0. Okay, and that should be 1980, not 1880. Okay, so it's 0, 5 for 85, 10 for 90, 15 for 95, 20 for 2000, 25, and 30. And there's our input. X, we want the price of gold as a function of time, so we want the years to be our X variable, independent variable. $615. Then it dropped off 317, 385, 383, 279, 444, and 1225. Okay, data's in. Okay, there's a couple things we have to do. We have to do a plot setup, and we have to do a find a function. Okay, so the plot setup here is F2. All right, so the plot setup. Within F2, we have to define, that's F1. If it's not already there, then we select scatter plot. So we can use boxes or crosses or squares or whatever. It doesn't really matter here for our markers. This is indicating where it's getting the X and Y coordinates, which were column 1 and column 2 of our data. And this other thing is fine. We can just leave it as it is. Okay, so that's that. Okay, I'm going to hit strike that again to go back to our data. There's no change in our data. Now we want to go to F5, which is where we're going to get our equation and line of best fit. So F5. This is where we choose to go with our linear regression, which is option 4 Later we'll come back and we'll do a quadratic regression, which is option 9. But for now, let's do the option 5, the linear regression. Option 6 is the logarithmic expression. So for now, we're going to keep it at linear. All right, so there we go. Select that. And then we're going to come here. We're going to again tell it that C1 is the where we get the X values. C2 is where we get the Y values. Okay, so C2. Then we're going to tell it where we want to see the equation. We'll ask for it in Y1. And optional whether you want to look at this or not. We'll just say yes. Okay. All right, that's it. Everything else is going to take place from the graph menu. So we'll enter, and looks like it gave me an option, a problem here. Let's just say line regression. That's right. Okay. And I've not seen that before, so anytime I have a problem there, I simply go to the cleanup. It looks like up here it's not reading this as C1 and C2, so we're going to write that over again. You know what it is, I see. It's putting in the alphabet. Okay. I couldn't see that. Alright, we're set now. C1 and C2. That's a matter of toggling that alpha key on and off. Okay. So here is the slope and the intercept. Okay. Here is the correlation, which is very poor. That's okay. Don't worry about that. And then if we want to now go back home, go to the y equals key. This is the pasted in equation. Okay, that's the pasted in equation. We want to look at that in our window, zoom data, and okay, there's our plot. Very poor, not a very good correlation, obviously. The boxes is the data plot. The line is the line of best fit. We want to use this for predicting our future trends. Okay, it's not going to be very good, so it's probably a good one to look at from a quadratic model. So let's show you your table set. Table set. I'm sorry. Table set asks for ask. Okay. So, and then in our table, we can put in the values that we want. This has been 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we're asking for the 2015. That would be year 35. Just type in 35, and according to our model, it gives you that price of 903. Okay, and so on. 40 would be the year of 2020. Okay, so let's see what the linear regression looks like, and we'll put that in Y2. So let's go back, apps. Let's go back and catch up our data matrix editor. Let's open up the current. This time let's do the F5. as a quadratic regression, which is option 9. Okay, answer that. Again, when I had so much difficulty the first time, C1, and again, has to turn the alphabet key off. C2, and now I have to toggle that alpha key on and off. This could be the most difficult part of the project right here. Just decide whether that alpha key is on or off. Yes. Now let's store that in Y2. Okay? Since we want to compare it. Alright? And that should do it. Okay, so there is the quadratic regression model, but it should be stored in Y2, so we'll go take a look at it. There's our linear in Y1, our quadratic in Y2, and let's look at the comparison of there's our data, there's our linear, here's our quadratic. Appears to be much better. Let's look at the table. Table's already set. We can just look at the table. Okay. So our pricing for quadratic model 2015 gives us these. Y1 is the linear regression. Y2 is the quadratic regression. I think our quadratic regression is going to look much better. Okay. So there you have it. Okay. Sorry for the delay.